stand here because we are like the studio choir. We are the voices of the people that the audience will be hearing, but they will be seeing and looking at lip syncers.
Yeah, sometimes the circumstances require the Tabernacle Choir to get creative, like it did during their tour stop in Boston back in 2003. They performed with the Boston Pops for the 4th of July. And because of the setup, they had no real way to mic the choir members. So cue the tent choir, members behind the scenes singing in a nearby tent, while other members lip-synced in front of the audience. This is not the first time the choir has had to lip sync. It also happened during the 2002 Winter Olympic opening ceremony in Salt Lake City. They had recorded with composer John Williams in Abravanel Hall, and then they lip synced to themselves. No matter how they pull it off, their performance is always good as gold. Wow, we remember that. Welcome back to Sunday Edition, where we are celebrating the 5,000th episode of Music in the Spoken Word. From its humble beginnings to now touring the world, the Tabernacle Choir has a storied history. Religion specialist Carol Makita has covered so many of their milestones, and she joins us now in the studio. Carol.
Thanks, Deanie. As the Tabernacle Choir marks this milestone, it's important to note that KSL Radio and Television and our parent company, Bonneville International, have been proud partners of Music in the Spoken Word from the beginning. Here's a look back at this beloved broadcast.
Come, come, the idea of a choir began with Latter-day Saint pioneers. They sang at a church conference 29 days after arriving in the Salt Lake Valley. And now the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square has become one of the oldest and largest choral groups in the world, reaching millions with international concerts. 5, 4, 3. But most often with its weekly broadcast, music, and the spoken word.
From the crossroads of the West,
it is the longest continuing network broadcast.
In this business, that record is nothing short of a phenomenon.
The first one, July 15th, 1929. KSL's Ted Kimball, the announcer, carried the station's only microphone to the Tabernacle to record that first program, carried by 30 stations.
Since that landmark day,
today, Music in the Spoken Word is broadcast on 2,000 radio and television stations.
Music, in my opinion, speaks to people in a way that nothing else can. And so it's an honor to be a part of that.
You hear about so many people that have different religious backgrounds, no religious background, but they feel something, they feel a tie to heaven that's so personal and beautiful.
In 1998, I went behind the scenes with Gerald Otley and the choir, which included a European tour. Otley was music director for 25 years. Craig Jessup was music director for 13 years.
To have been a little part of it for a time was just one of the greatest honors of a lifetime, Carol.
Mac Wilberg has led the choir now for 17 years.
We are now going all over the world. And I think about my predecessors and the shoulders of the many that we stand upon right now, and I think that they would be dumbfounded at the reach of music in the spoken word in our present day.
This rehearsal room and recording studio are beneath the Tabernacle. So is the library, which holds 1 million pieces of music. Each choir member has a box for the sheet music and a locker for performance clothing. Sunday mornings, choir members begin arriving on Temple Square at 7 a.m.
They pick up their music and head up the back stairs to the choir seats. As they hit the top of the stairs, they come around the corner, and each has an assigned seat. It's rehearsal before the broadcast. Now you see what the choir sees.
By 7:25, they begin vocal warm-ups. The musicians of the orchestra at Temple Square arrive at 8, and by 8:30, everyone begins a run-through of that day's program. Then they take a break at 9:15. At 9:30, the broadcast begins. In the early 2000s, the producer sat in the Tabernacle control room with his crew, but the show's director, linked by miles of cables, was in the broadcast booth in the conference center.
Roll tape.
Roll 6.
Sometimes the program is recorded wherever the choir is traveling. We were there in Barcelona when a Spanish television 8-man crew took on the unusual assignment. Fortunately, producer Ed Payne spoke Spanish. And closer to home, this music and the spoken word was performed in a concert hall near Cleveland, Ohio. The spoken word part of the broadcast is a 3-minute inspirational message originated by Apostle Elder Richard L. Evans. He delivered those weekly messages for 42 years. Then for 18 years, it was Spence Kennard. Lloyd Newell followed as host for 34 years.
His faithfulness
Now
to us
Derek Porter
is something
has been
we
the
can
host
always
for
count
a
on.
year.
Our job, our calling, our mission, if you will, is simply to deliver to the world feelings of peace and hope and confidence through music and a simple message.
As we look to the future, we only want to be better and better. It only energizes us more to be the best we can possibly be and to reach as many people as possible.
And so we plan and intend to be here for another 5,000 weeks.
The choir in its beloved home, the Salt Lake Tabernacle, hopes to inspire generations to come. Carol Makita, KSL 5 News, Salt Lake City.
In my conversation with Mac Wilberg, he said he's always looking forward and just hopes that he can help both the choir and orchestra at Temple Square to improve as singers and musicians. Derek Porter, host of Music and the Spoken Word, told me that he is constantly working to take this broadcast and its message to a wider audience, and technology will certainly do that.
Yeah, Mike Levitt, the director, also told me, or the president told me, that they want to do the same. Their goal is to expand the reach. They plan to do that with technology, different formats, and even maybe different time lengths.
There's a constant vision with this organization.
Yeah, they've got some goals ahead. That should be interesting. Thank you, Carol, for that look back, and we'll be right back.